Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Absolute Cinephiles. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about horror sequels of 2025, Vash Level 2. Now, sequels are tricky, right? Usually, either they completely ruin the magic of the first part or they surprise us and actually take things to the next level. So the big question here is, does Vash Level 2 live up to its hype? Or does it fall flat in the darkness? Grab your popcorn, but not too much, because trust me, after watching this film you might not feel like eating in the middle of the night, and let's jump right into the review. Story and plot setup. So the film picks up 12 years after the first Vash. Atharva, played by Hitu Kanodia, believes that he's freed his daughter Arya, played brilliantly by Janki Badawala, from the grip of evil. But as we all know, evil never really dies, it just waits. This time, a group of innocent schoolgirls fall victim to a horrifying black magic ritual. And that's when Atharva finds himself dragged back into the fight against dark forces. The villain, Pratap, enters here, and let me tell you, he is not your regular jump scare villain. He's calm, calculated, and creepy. Just his presence adds an uncomfortable tension to the film. The story at its core is about how far a father will go to protect not just his daughter but also others who are trapped in the same nightmare. Performances. Let's talk about the cast, because honestly, the performances make this film so powerful. Janki Badawala as Arya, she steals the show. Her emotional depth, her fear, her expressions, you believe everything she goes through. She has really grown as an actress since the first film. Hitu Kanodia as Atharva brings maturity and seriousness. You can see the pain in his eyes, the desperation of a father who doesn't want history to repeat itself. Hiten Kumar Salad as always, giving the film that reliable support. Monal Gajar, she adds the softer emotional touch, balancing the tension. And finally, Pratap the villain, oh man. He doesn't scream, he doesn't overact, but the way he looks at you, the way he delivers his dialogues, it's unsettling. Sometimes villains don't need to do much, their silence becomes their biggest weapon. And that's exactly what happens here. And honestly, if Pratap ever stared at me the way he stares at people in this film, I'd pack my bags, book a train ticket, and leave the country. Gujarat to Kia, India Bicho Dunga, direction and technicals. Director Krishnadev Yagnik deserves a lot of credit here. Horror is not easy to direct. You need to create the right atmosphere, and he nails it. The cinematography is sharp, wide shots, close-ups, and smart camera angles keep you on edge. The lighting is brilliant. The way shadows are used, you're always scared something's hiding there. The sound design is top-notch. From sudden silences to eerie background whispers, it keeps you hooked. And the background score, absolute goosebumps. And here comes the flaw: in some scenes, the music gets too loud. Instead of scaring you, it feels like the film is screaming in your ear, "Be scared now." Horror works better when it's subtle. Horror elements. Now, horror fans will want to know, is it scary? Yes, but in a different way. This isn't a film full of cheap jump scares. Instead, it uses psychological tension. There are long silent moments where you know something is coming, but the wait itself makes you nervous. There are haunting visuals, creepy rituals, and disturbing images that stay with you. Honestly, a few scenes are so intense you might find yourself turning away from the screen. But again, the downside is, if you've seen the first Vash or other horror films, you'll find some of the scares a little predictable. You know when the scare is about to come, which lowers the impact. Now we talk about movie strengths. Brilliant performances, especially Janki and Pratap. Strong atmosphere, real psychological tension. Impressive technical work in sound, lighting, and cinematography. A sequel that actually respects the original. And there are minor flaws which can be ignored, like the second half feels rushed. Some storylines are left unexplored. Predictable horror elements, seasoned horror fans won't be fully surprised. A few tropes feel recycled: the black magician angle, cursed girls, etc. Loud background score in some moments reduces the subtlety. Basically, the film is like that one friend who tells a scary story perfectly, but then forgets to explain the ending properly. You're like, bro, what happened after that? Audience and box office response. The audience reaction has been very positive overall. On opening day, The film collected 1.5 Indian rupees to 1.75 crore, and the Hindi dubbed version added another 50 Indian rupees to 60 lakh. That's big for Gujarati cinema. People are calling it one of the few Indian horror films that actually feels authentic and not overly dramatic. And honestly, that's a win. So here's my final verdict about movie. Vash Level 2 is a horror sequel that gets most things right. It's scary, it's emotional, and it's technically strong. Yes, it has flaws, pacing issues, predictable scares, and some overdone tropes. But despite that, it's worth a watch, especially if you're a horror fan. My rating 3.5 out of 5 for regular viewers, and 4 out of 5 if you're a true horror enthusiast. It may not reinvent horror, but it definitely keeps you hooked and gives you a chilling experience. So guys, that was my full review of Vash Level 2. If you're into real Indian horror, not the fake CGI ghosts flying around, then you'll enjoy this. Just don't expect perfection. Have you watched Vash Level 2 yet? Did it scare you? Or did you laugh at the predictable parts? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your reactions. And of course, don't forget to like this video, share it with your horror-loving friends, and subscribe to the channel. Because if you don't, well, let's just say Pratap might visit your dreams tonight.